We are going to do a bit of a guide, and this is going to be the only guide, by the way, on this channel, to the Contract DLC. I've been doing this heist for quite a while, and I feel like now is the perfect time to do it. So we're going to start with the Nightlight Fleet. I will share what vehicles you'll need as we go on. So the guide to this is pretty simple. Let's get over there now. Go by helicopter, obviously. Okay, now that we're in Silent and Stealthy, let's start talking about this, okay? So I gotta say, obviously take out this guard right here. And take out him. We don't want to get caught by these guards, don't we? Now this is where I stuffed up last time. Anyway, you want to focus on this guy up the top here, not them. And then focus on this guy over here. Ah, shoot. I fucked up. But it is that. It is that. Trust me on this. It is that, but I missed my shot, so... yeah. I want to throw this in as an extra bonus. You can do this completely stealthy. But it's not necessarily easy. And to be honest, I would honestly just recommend you going loud and dumb. But yeah. Once you... But in this scenario, I would suggest just pick the car up off the street and just use it, because there's always a car that spawns there. But yeah, that's basically how we do this one. Let's move on to the next one. Okay, this next setup is something where I can actually give you a decent tip. A couple of them actually, so I guess let's get straight into this one. So I guess the first tip I could say is go downstairs to the receptionist and get that helicopter, because it's probably your best bet to try and complete this. And yeah, let's just get straight into it. Okay, so normally it would tell you to go to Marietta Heights. I think that's what it is. I'm not too sure. Let's just be sure. Okay, Pluto di Sol Maria. I don't know what it says. Blah 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 blah. Okay. Anyway, there are two places where the guards, this boat could actually spawn. One will spawn over here, and one will spawn over here. So take that information as you will. But I'm just gonna go straight to the yacht. You don't actually need to go to the boat place. I can't even call it that to be honest, but we're going just right to the boat. Now, if you go in this direction, roughly this direction, you'll see the boat if it's here. But if you don't see the boat, then it's probably where the airport is, to be honest. And as you can see, I can see the boat starting to spawn right here. That is the yacht, and I know it doesn't look like much of a yacht, but it actually is. And all you're going to do now is just jump out of your helicopter and land on the boat. You actually don't have to go onto that boat thing at all. Now be quick with this, because you could end up dying, because it has air defenses. Okay, never mind. Normally I would suggest to go try and land on the top of it, but it doesn't really matter regardless. Because either way you're going to get caught when you come out of the captain's area, I guess you could say. Okay. Okay, so I'm just gonna go loud and dumb, to be honest. Or we could try and go silent and sneaky, but I doubt we're gonna do anything good here. Alright, try and shoot as many of these guys as you can. I honestly wouldn't recommend this, to be honest. I wouldn't recommend doing this silent stealthy. I'd honestly just recommend this loud and dumb. See, this is the point where you can't really do anything. You're either you're pretty much screwed either way. Unless you can somehow get over here and shoot the guy that's over there, maybe. Oh no. No, never mind. Regardless, we got caught. Okay. I took out as much as I could. But that's not what I wanted to showcase anyway. So with the air defenses, it's not really necessary, but it does help to do the air defenses if you don't want to do it this method I'm about to show you after you've collected the information that you need. But I would suggest doing it just in case. And something I always do is I kill the guard, the policing, just in case. I know he doesn't do it, but you never know. You never know. So some people would take this helicopter, but I'm not gonna lie, I wouldn't really bother recommending that. I know that's hard to believe, but really, I would not recommend it. And as you can clearly see from the start, I actually didn't go into that room from the start. Like I didn't get told to go up there, you know? Okay, so usually find the evidence thing, it's usually somewhere up here, or it could be downstairs. I'll show you where the downstairs it could be too. Okay, so it's not up here, so it's obviously downstairs. Just shoot all these guards real quick. And I die. You might want to actually take into consideration dying after you collect the evidence. So I'm just gonna go find the evidence again because, well, that's what you need to do, right? So this tip that I'm about to share with you guys might be a bit unethical or just unnecessary, but it does help make the thing go a little bit quicker. And that's honestly what I would recommend. We're looking for the fastest way to do stuff, right? Okay, this is where one of the targets are. I'm going to take the photo right now. There we go. Okay, another place where it could be is in this bedroom right here. I think it's usually on that table right there. Okay, now let's move on. We actually don't have to shoot those two guards. I honestly would actually recommend just killing yourself. Okay, once you've done that, let the helicopters kill you. Sometimes I go by on, I jump off this and just let the helicopters kill me. The thing is, the helicopters, I mean, the boats, it can't spawn you on a boat again. That's what I was thinking when I did this setup. Come on, just kill me already. I should spawn on the beach. Or on the pier. Same thing. But the point is, that is by far more quicker than driving the boat back, if that makes sense. So that's kind of what I recommend with this. Okay, casino data leak, and I will share with you guys everything I know about this one as well. All we have to do is just go straight to... Do I really need to explain this? I mean, come on, this one's pretty straightforward. You kill it, you go in, you try to take the thing, you kill a bunch of guards, and then you make your way back to the agency. But I'll try and explain anything that actually is necessary or needed to be said. Okay. But one thing I could suggest actually is get the pump shotgun Mark II. I found that gun kills them all basically one shot. And I guess another gun you could try and consider getting is Mark II. Mark II Combat MG, I think that's what it's called. Yeah. Get those two guns, and those two are probably going to be best guns alone to try and complete this. But let's move on. Let's go to the penthouse. So I'll be honest, the one thing I hate about this setup in particular, or this mini heist, is the fact that you can only walk. Yeah, that's right. You can only walk doing this. You can't run at all. You gotta just walk. Okay, so there's not really much to explain here. Just I guess let this guy go running for a little bit and then catch him. I mean, there's not much to explain. I only really would recommend using the pump shotgun, and that's what I'm going to use. I used the pump shotgun Mark II. Nothing really special on the gun. I don't think it actually has any modification. It's just the Mark II. But basically, this can basically one-shot people. See? I don't know why I picked a pump shotgun. There are better guns than this, but oh wow, I got 2 people for the plus of 1. Okay, as you can see, I'm clearly one-shotting all these people here. Okay, so pretty basic information here. It just goes through the corridors or the penthouse hallways, I guess you could call. Just kill every guard you see here. Very easy, very simple. The best part is you don't need to use a weapon of any choice. Oh god, I missed. Wait, I actually got him? No, I didn't. Okay. It was a long shot, but whatever. So one thing I actually do here is I actually don't go through that door there. I usually go downstairs from behind yourself. Note to self, do not die. No, it does usually work, but I didn't have much health, so... But I've basically given you the tips I could say for the data leak, really. It's not much to say. Just complete the job and you're basically done. Oh, there's another one there. There's another one over there. I know there's another one over here somewhere. There you are. And now for you. There we go. Alright, and you need to die too. There we go. I always kill the promoter just in case. If you wait a little bit and you interrogate them a little bit, they actually give out more information about the leak. I wish I had that information right as I said it, but make sure you, yeah. Oh, another thing. Make sure you always go for that elevator, okay? It always takes you down to the cars, so you can pick out any car you want. I usually just pick out this one because it's the closest to the door, so do what you wish. I always try and blow up that guy. I mean, it's not a necessity. You don't have to blow him up, but you can. It's there. I guess it's there for just a little bit of fun. But anyway, that's basically all I got to say about the data leaks. I mean, the Nightlife leak. Let's move on to the next data leak. Okay, moving on to the next data leak. We've got the High Society leak. I also know quick ways to complete this too. I guess the first thing I could already say is on the screen. You see this little red thing right here? That'll be important to note. Also, I would suggest getting a helicopter of some sort. Buzzard or the Sparrow will do perfect, preferably. But if it's mostly for transport, really, I would suggest the Buzzard or the Sparrow, but one of the two will do. Even if you don't have transport, you could just use the helicopter that they supply here. If you have a hangar, chuck that vehicle inside your hangar. Keep it as a personal vehicle, and then you can just use that. But still, I would suggest using the Sparrow, or we're going to use the Sparrow for this one. I know I've talked a lot, but let's move on. We're going to be using the SUV service here, so what you want to do is go to Chumharsh for this one. That's actually the first tip I'm going to give right away. Just use that straight away. Okay, next thing we're going to do is we're going to get the Sparrow, or the Buzzard. Remember, you can use either one, or any helicopter for that matter. Just make sure you have a helicopter on standby. So another vehicle I'm going to suggest you get is the Vigilante. Because I'm not doing a guide for beginners. I'm doing a guide that has those specific 2 vehicles, the Sparrow and the Vigilante. If you want a lower price on the recommendation list, I'd say the Kuruma Armored would work perfect as well. But at a personal preference, I would suggest using the Vigilante. Maybe I should show you where the Vigilante you can find it. Okay, so those of you that don't know where the Vigilante is, I'm just going to quickly showcase this too. By the way, I got all these cop cars, so me and my friend are going to do all these cop cars now. Okay, the Vigilante is right here, 3,750,000. That might seem like a steep price, probably is, but trust me, this thing is absolutely worth it. One of the best vehicles in the game, I'd recommend. There's a future video right there, isn't it? Let me know if you guys want me to do a top 5 vehicles I think I would recommend to you. Alright, obviously the hack, just complete this hack, you gotta look for the top numbers on this large digital panel here, so you gotta look for a tip I usually go by is I usually look for the second number, so 76 in this case. If I find 76, it'll be pretty simple. See, look, 2681. And I found it. That's if you can't find the first number first, you know? Alright. Obviously just kill these guards. They're pretty easy. And that's it. Really, there's not much I could say. I think all you gotta do now is just do the brute force hack, which is pretty easy. Yeah, the brute force hack. Okay, so for this one, I'm actually going to show you the locations of where all of them could be. And I'm also going to do the ones that's like the one that we didn't get. Okay, so we got this one. I'm going to share with you the places where they could be. But let's start with the one over here because it's easier. There's one usually in the parking lot right there. There's like one on like the top left hand corner or something like that. Like, it's hard to explain, but it's like up somewhere up here-ish. Like somewhere up here-ish. And then there's like another one over here. Like where that little area is right there. Okay, that's where one is. Now let's go over the ones over here. There's one usually in this parking spot here. There's one in a parking spot over here. And there's usually one over here. So basically it's in one of these 3 corners. But we'll go over there now and we'll go see where this one is. And I'll be honest with you guys, I suggest blowing up the vehicle. Don't follow it at all. You don't get the cops on you. You don't get anything that you need to worry about. Just kill the target, take his phone, and go back to your agency. That's basically how the mission plays out for this one. That's all I can say. And for the next setup, I am going to also say this right here, right now. There's only really one thing I could suggest with that, and that is for a specific location. So if you don't get the correct location, you just find a session, but we'll get to that. Okay, maybe there isn't one here. Just blow it up. Okay, go back to the agency. Okay, so maybe I was wrong with one location. I think, yeah, the location I said before with it being here, I don't think it's actually here, but there is one over here. There's one over here, and I think there's one over here. I'm not too sure, but to the country club, I would suggest, the high society elite guest list. Alright, this one's pretty easy. I'm just going to show you one tip with this. And you don't even need a fancy car like the Vigilante or a fancy vehicle like the Sparrow. You just need to use the helicopter they supply you with. And then once you've got that, you just need to find one location. I wouldn't recommend this on my worst enemy. Exit by helicopter. Okay, so there's 2 possible locations for where you can get the target. One's up here. One's over here. You want to go for the one that's up here. Because it's very, very, very close to the agency. Oh, and maybe I should go over the agency. Yeah, the best agency I could suggest is this one, but it actually costs quite a bit. I think it's like over 2 million. I got the right one. Okay, so basically here, all you gotta do is just basically take out the guards. That's all you need to do. There's nothing else I could say. Take out all the guards. Anyway, okay, use your stun gun on this lawyer right here. And then just take him back to your agency. Now, there's not really much I can suggest for this, so I guess just do this. It's probably the easiest way to do it. So another thing I'm also going to point out, get into the car quickly. Guards do spawn coming our way. This is one way you could go. I wouldn't recommend it, but this is probably the safest route, because it gives you more time to get away from this guy. This is all I got to say about this, so I guess we'll move on to the finale. I'm going to go over the location for where I would recommend you get this, and that's obviously this one, which is really close to the highway. It's also close to everything around the missions side of things. I guess another one that I could recommend, I guess, would be this one here. I mean, the only downside to this one really is the garage is in an awkward place. But probably another one I could recommend. That one. No, I would not recommend this one. So either go for this one or go for this one. But I honestly would recommend you get this one. This one's just so much better. Go for this one. It's so much better. We're moving on to the High Society League. The finale of this one. There's only a couple things to really say about that, so let's just get straight into it. There is only really one way to do it, really, and that is to use your vigilante. But we're going to do all this other stuff first, so let's get the vigilante. Request your vigilante if you have one. Another vehicle that could do well is the Kuruma, but I honestly we're just going to do it with the vigilante. It's so much easier, and I'm only going to show you how to do it with the vigilante. But yeah, there are some key parts where the vigilante will be useful. You could just use a rocket launcher or something for this as well, but I honestly would not recommend it. Just use the vigilante. Or save up, try and get the vigilante. It's so much better. Let's do it. We need to search for Dr. Dre's music. Okay, so obviously just park your car right here. Won't matter how you do it, just park your car. Okay, now drive in front of here. All you have to do is get in front of this guard here, walk right past him, and then start heading back to your vigilante. Okay, another thing I can suggest as well. I've had this happen many times with some friends, and they had their gun out. You don't want to have your gun out, or at least until right now. Okay, so this is a point where you're going to need the vigilante. Okay, another thing I'm also going to say, this is more of a joke, really. It's not really it's not really being serious. If you wanted to not get the vigilante, another vehicle you could use is the laser jet. I actually went out of my way to go to the military base, see if you can get it, and you can. So if you're good with the laser, I guess you could go for that one too. But like I said, use the vigilante. It's just more convenient. Okay, we have the detonate bomb. Okay, actually, yeah, take advantage of that too. But all you gotta do now is just interrogate the target to come out by trashing the party. Okay, so just destroy this helicopter, and then if you want to, take a hit. I've learned this new strategy to get to the place quicker. All you have to do is just take a hit a couple times, and the helicopter should spawn at the actual location. But I honestly was, obviously you have to take down the helicopter first, so we'll just quickly do that right now. Okay, so the helicopter's been taken out. All we gotta do now is just take a hit. You gotta get well away from my car so I don't die. My car doesn't blow up, sorry. Okay, I've only heard that this actually works. We'll find out in a second to see if this actually works. All the way to the airport just to wait, it actually works. It actually works? Okay. I guess do this now. Take a hit. Who knew that taking a hit would actually be useful? I did. So, not many people actually say this, or at least I've never actually watched a tutorial on this because I've been studying up how to do this myself. But no, I have never heard someone say to go to the airport, take a jet, and then fly back to the agency. Seriously, just do that. It's so much quicker than driving there. And you don't know how good people are at driving. I'm a prime example. I'm not very good at driving. I prefer flying. Yeah, all you have to do now is just grab a jet, fly back to the agency, and you're pretty much done. Oh, a big tip I could say. Don't die while parachuting. First one, I would suggest you actually do something. But for the second one, I would suggest you do nothing. If you can catch my drift. But let's move on. Okay, next up is the South Central League, which is basically the Vargos League. Let's move on to this. So there's not much I could say about the first setup. But if it requires me to say something, I will get to it. But basically, let's get to the target and then, yeah, we'll go. So, like before, use a helicopter. Okay, so once you've reached the cavalcade, there's not much I can really explain for this mission, to be honest. If I get Cypress Flats, then there is something I need to explain. Cypress Flats, yes. Okay, so this one could be in Cypress Flats or La Mesa. It doesn't really matter which one I'd recommend you try and get. Just do the mission. It's pretty straightforward. But go to the target, kill a bunch of enemies, take the loot, and deliver it. That's basically all you have to do. There's not much I could explain. But there is one thing that I probably should explain. This one is actually a little bit glitched, and I'm going to explain what happens in this glitch. So sometimes Vermin gets stuck and he can't escape. Your best chance to actually prevent this from happening is actually to drive this vehicle in between this trailer and this trash can. He won't, mess up unless he messes up over there. But if he does, I will show you how to deal with it. Oh crap! I went a little overboard. See, I don't think the fan can really explode. But I wouldn't do what I just did and just do a bunch of scatterpots. See, look, this is where he messes up here, eh? Honestly, you can't really do anything about him. You gotta wait till this. You gotta try and get this other guy unstuck. Oh, good, he's unstuck. Okay, now just try and roll into him, and hopefully he will leave. Come on, get. Unless maybe I could and try I don't know if this will work, but let's try jamming the cavalcade in there, maybe, and then get into there somehow, and hopefully he'll leave. Yes, he left. See? I mean, that was a bit risky, but if that does happen, that might be your best chance to actually, prevent this thing from glitching out and, not being able to complete the mission. I would probably recommend doing it that. Basically, all you gotta do now is just escape the lost, but you're gonna end up getting the cops on you anyway, so I'm gonna suggest lose the cops first. Technically, you do not have the cops on you right now, but you will get the cops on you. So I would suggest go straight to the sewers, straight off the bat. But there's one specific entrance that I would take every single time when I do this mission, and that is the one down here near that orange graffiti, I guess you could say. The orange graffiti is basically where you want to enter from. But let's get over there first, and then I'll show you what I mean. So look, like I said before, we got the cops. I mean, if you want to try and lose the cops yourself, be my guest, but this is probably the best method to do it. So just find this sewer place, which should be just right in front of us. Yes, it is. There we go. Because the cops never go into the sewers. They must think it's too stanky. Okay, so you see this orange thing right here? Yeah, this is the entrance you want to take to get into the sewers. And you should be able to lose the cops somewhat quickly. Okay, so you've lost the cops, and you've basically lost the thing. Okay, so what you want to do is drop off the meth equipment. I'm going to show you the locations where it could be. I think there's only two. There's this one right here, and there's also like one over here. I think it's just like right over here or something. Maybe be up here. But yeah, I think it's it's those two. It's those two locations. Okay, you deliver the target. Now, the next one's pretty easy, so let's just move straight on to that one. Okay, the next one's actually pretty easy. All you have to do is fly to the location to pick up Vermin, and then deliver him to the location where he needs to go, and grab a helicopter and fly up and do absolutely nothing. I'm actually not joking this time. You don't have to do anything in this one. Basically, let Vermin do all the work. You're just purging off. Yeah, he asks you if you like to drive. Usually when I hear that, I usually say nah. Okay, this one's easy. Go to Davis. All you need to do is just get over there, get into a helicopter, and just fly up. It doesn't even have to be weaponized, but we're just going to use the Sparrow. Go grab your helicopter by any chance and just fly up. That's all you really need to do. You don't need to know anything else. Just do this. It's so much quicker than doing what you're traditionally used to doing. So just fly up. Alright, make sure you get nice and high so they can't actually shoot you. And do nothing. That's all I can really explain here. So we're basically done with the cops. Like I said before, you do not have to do anything in this mission whatsoever. Just fly up, let Vermin do the whole thing, and just land this helicopter in this alleyway right here. So you can get out nice and easy. Preferably land it like right here, so that way you can just get to it quickly, because the garage you're going to go to is this one right here. But first of all, we got to go to Vermin. So I guess let's go to Vermin. Hopefully he's not an idiot and walk right into the blades. I told you this mission was easy. You don't even have to do anything. You probably don't have to do anything for the finale either until you have to get that car, until you have to go get that car. But I wouldn't recommend it. I would actually try and help. Alright, you interrogate him, you're gonna leave, and then basically you're done. It doesn't get any easier than that. Like I said, you quite literally have to do nothing. I'm going to show you guys how to do this, and then we'll move on to the last two missions, which are really easy. You just need the vigilante. So for this one, I'd actually suggest you use the car they supply you. Do not use your vigilante. You don't want to blow up the car that you're going to try and get. Let's head over to the Mega Mall. I kind of want to minimize this as much as I can, so we're heading to the Mega Mall now. So if you're a beginner, just hide behind the cars, but if you're advanced like me, then I'm gonna suggest just go out in the open and start shooting. One tip I can give with your guns and stuff is if you just keep shooting and rapidly tap your aim button, it'll automatically lock you onto other targets. That's why it's so easy for me to complete this, and I died. But it is possible to do this without even hiding. That's how easy this is. I've basically only got 3 more players to take out. That's it. That's all I got. 4. But there's your challenge. If you want to try and do this without hiding, try that. It's a little bit harder, but it's doable. I just did it there. See, I'm sure I died, but it is possible. So out of all the cars, I would suggest you pick this one because. Well, not because it's anything special, but it's just the closest to getting to that car. And it's probably the fastest one out of the bunch. So, yeah, I'd probably recommend it. So, all you gotta do really is just shoot this guy out of the car. Like that. And then just deliver the car back to the agency. That's literally it. That's all you need to do with this mission. There's nothing too significant, nothing too hard. Don't threat. I don't think you're gonna have any trouble with this. But yeah, if you are new though, if you're at like level like 10 or whatever and you want to do this, I would suggest you have a higher level help you, like maybe a level 10. No, what the hell, I just said if you're a beginner and everything you need help, get a level 100 or 110 at the very least. because they know what they probably know what they're doing. But if you don't want to do this with other people, I guess the only tip I can give really is hide. Hide your car a lot. Sorry, hide behind cars a lot. That's the only thing I can really say for this, and there's not much really to it. I'm just gonna get to the agency, and we're basically done with the third leg. We still got 2 more to go, and the final 2 actually require the vigilante, but they're kind of optional. You don't need the vigilante. If you want to try and do this with just shooting enemies, I guess you could do that, but I would not recommend it really. I honestly would just recommend you use the vigilante and nothing more. So I would, like I said at the beginning, or somewhere in this video, I'm only going to do this like if you have these cars. Second to last mission to do. God, this is pretty easy. Okay, I'm just going to quickly explain this. So basically we got to drive Dr. Dre's car, but you don't have to drive it the whole way. Alright, so basically I'll show you where you need to stop driving, and then you can call for your vigilante or whatever car you want. I would suggest using the vigilante though. Either use the vigilante or the Karuma Armored. Either one will work. Okay, now you can stop driving. So basically when you get to this building, you can stop driving. Call your vigilante in and start driving. See, look, you don't have to drive it now. And basically this is pretty straightforward. All you have to do is just shoot all the enemies with the missiles, and then you're basically done. I don't feel like this mission really needs to be explained too much because it's not very hard. I mean, maybe the inside is more hard than maybe the outside, but the outside's pretty damn easy if you have the vigilante to help you out. By the way, just curious, but do any of you guys actually like these cars? And why do they look very similar? Anyway, let's move on. Alright, that's basically it. That's all you have to do. Just shoot the enemies and take them out. I'm not explaining this any further. I don't feel like I need to. And now you can enter into Rick Auto Studios. Okay, so basically just use any weapon you want. Any weapon that is your best weapon, of course. I'm going to use my Combat MG Mark II. Obviously that's the best weapon I have. Wait, could I just... Yeah, I knew there'd be a guard there. Ah, screw it. Just throw a bomb, man, and call it. I don't really have to explain this. All you have to do really is just take out these guards. The only thing I could really suggest is make sure you have some snacks, maybe some armor, maybe some protection, maybe take some armor too. And then that's it. I'm just gonna go ahead and just do this real quick, get some armor on as well. That could really help. Okay, there'll be a couple guards here ready to pump you, so be careful. Usually what I do is just roll. Then they can't really shoot you very well, but they can still shoot you. Alright, now go over to these other 2 guards over here. Take them out, and then you're basically done. I'll tell you, this is easy. Okay, let's move on to the finale of the Dr. Dre mission. Don't fuck with Dre. Okay, so for this mission, again, it's easy with the vigilante. You can do it with the vigilante, but I'm gonna draw this mission out a little longer, just to show you that I'm actually not a noob at this game, and I rely on the vigilante with just about everything. But that is kind of true. I do rely on the vigilante quite a bit. Maybe it should be removed. Put a thumbs up in the comments if you guys think that this vehicle should be removed, the vigilante. Or maybe make the vehicle exclusive, so whoever bought it at that given time are very rare. You know? I don't know. I don't know. I'm talking rubbish at this point, to be honest, but we'll see. Rockstar will never remove that vehicle. I don't know why they haven't removed it yet. Wasn't a vehicle from Halloween? I'm like 50% sure it's a Halloween vehicle. I'm not really sure, but the target. Let's move on to the actual target. Target is over here, just around this corner. I'm gonna draw this mission out a little longer, and we're gonna shoot all these guys instead of using the vigilante. Alright, just use your best weapons, start shooting. There's not really much to explain here, but just shoot who you can. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna skip ahead. Like I told you, this can be done without using a weaponized vehicle that has godlike missiles in the game. Okay, you know what? Let's use Lester's car to get there, but the black version. Okay, this is kind of like an unwritten rule, but I always blow up that car over there. Just in case Johnny Guns gets in his car again, even though that doesn't happen. Okay, basically, I can't really explain much about this. All it is basically just shooting a bunch of people, so. How is that guy even like, that guy wasn't even aiming at me at all. Wait, what? I'm probably gonna die. I just gotta wait till this guy turns around, and I'm actually dead. Okay. I will say this though, this mission isn't exactly hard, it's just annoying, okay? But I guess that is the same thing for all missions in this goddamn game. Holy moly, these guys are really trying to shoot me, aren't they? I guess that's kind of their job. There is actually one tip I can give here, which is not really a major tip that's going to help you, but shoot a sticky bomb at that car, and a bomb at this car. Uh-oh. Shoot him, and then shoot a... Was there another car there? Alright, yeah. Just so I can remember. Shoot like here, so it can hit that target over there. It has 2 targets. And all you need to do now is just... I think there's like only 3 more targets you need to shoot. Yeah, that's it. That's basically all it is. Just, if you have a grenade launcher, it does help. Wait, it only took 1 bullet from this gun just to shoot you on the ground. There's not a lot I can share about this, really. This one's a pretty standard mission, it's just a bunch of shooting. You are done now. I'll let this cutscene play out.
Yo, Dre. Johnny. Hold up, man. You took something that belongs to me. That's some bullshit. Got mad respect for you. Respect? What the fuck do you know about respect? Come on, man. You know me. You just tried to blackmail me. I had to hustle hard to get that thing, man. I was just trying to get paid. Listen, I'm sorry. I can wipe the files, track them down, drag and make this shit right on God. You just tried to kill me. But you know what? Let's forget about that for a minute. The track's in my phone. That shit leaked, my nigga. The shit is out there. There's no putting that genie back in the bottle. Johnny, do you think I'm a fucking dummy or something? You keep it real? Fuck you. Well, fuck you too then. Watch your fucking mouth. Take your ass back to the golf course, motherfucker. This the streets. Way out your element, man. It's funny that you should say that because, I got my clubs right here. And by the way, I like the 9-iron. That's my favorite. Never fails me, you know? feels so sweet, so nice, and you can really get a hold of it. You know what I mean? Now that's a great club. And I tell you what, man. Bitch! Ass! Motherfucker! I don't even feel bad anymore. The demos are out there and there's nothing I can do about it. And you know what? Turns out, hey, golf does put me in a better mood. All right, can you give me a ride home? I got something I want you to hear. Let's ride. Hey, listen. I feel like we've been through a lot together, yeah? But this shit right here, it's put a lot of stuff in perspective for me. Jimmy was right. I've got to stop holding on too tight. I've got to start putting some of these demos out that I've been working on for so many years. You have no idea how much shit I've got. But you want to hear something? Okay. This is a world premiere. Right here. Right now.
Okay, so basically that's the mission. We just gotta drive Dr. Dre back to the Pacific Bluffs Country Club. There's not much really to say. I'm just gonna skip ahead right about now. Oh, we're here. Okay. Anyway guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Subscribe, and I hope this helps.